Direct for mattresses, bases, beds, electric beds, trundle beds, quality pillows, as well as custom-sized mattresses made to measure. Factory Direct locations around Melbourne and country Victoria. To keep up to date on the latest sales, fun facts and news, go to Facebook, search and like Chiropedic Mattress Factory Direct, and you'll join over 17,000 Facebook fans. Chiropedic Mattress Factory Direct. Buy direct from the factory and never pay retail prices again. Or shop online at chiropedic.net.au.
Program sponsor.
Go live and local every Saturday for Pancake Parlour EFL Game Day.
Can he bring the house down, Robbie? They go charging into Division 2.
Stutter step, now sends it on its way. This one's going to go long. And straight through, Jeff.
Pass. Gee, that was poetry in motion, to use the cliche.
Braden Cross, cometh the moment, cometh the man.
EFL Game Day, 1 through to 6 Saturdays on 98.1 Radio Eastern. All thanks to the Pancake Parlour. Lovely.
Welcome back to Tormore Reserve Veronia. It's EFL Game Day on Sunday with Division 2 first semi-final. Wantirna South have got a good lead over Doncaster East. It's 6-10-46 to 3-6-24. And the umpire holds the ball aloft to start the second half here. And tap one forward from the Devils, but it doesn't go too far. Might have an opportunity to go boundary side for the chiropedic betting. Brett, best on.
Matt Clark, Devils coach. On me, Matt, what was the message at half time?
More of what we just got to use the ball better when we get it. I think we started overusing it and being cute, and we just drifted away a little bit with our tackles and a few other options. So it's no doubt it's a warmer day out there, and both sides are starting to feel the heat a little bit. We just want to run. We just need to get the ball and run and use that first option. So hopefully that's it.
Good stuff. Good luck for the second half.
Well, they were off and running there, but Stevens has chopped it off at Doncaster East on the opposite kick up towards the half-forward line. Unnecessary there from Papick and Stantinow. Almost gave away a 25-metre penalty. I think that was pretty much there as well. But
just wasn't hard enough, probably.
Yeah, there wasn't that much malice in that.
It was Waller for Wantirna South out towards the wing position. Big ruckman Olms takes the mark. Up towards the half-forward line. He goes inside forward 50. That was a fair old roost in the end. McLeod got a little knock on it. Lowther was in there to mop up. Got the handball away back to McLeod. On the right boot. Sends it out towards the wing position. He'd love the boundary here, but Olms is there to take the mark. Short passes on. Up towards the half-forward line. There are 2 kicks away from home here as it's popped towards the dome direction. He knocked it beautifully done. Roving a snap around the body, but kick goes awry and out of bounds on the full. So Wantirna South with the first genuine shot on goal in this third term. 1.5 minutes gone. 22 points is the margin. It'll be Jack Martin for the Lions to bring the ball back in. Just tried to fool everyone there, did Jack, as he kicked it out, and a mark's been taken by Rami Ayubi, who hasn't had much of the football in the first half, Rami, so he'll be looking to step it up in this third quarter. Kicks it up towards Papick and Stantinow. Got worked out of the contest really nicely there from Waller, who this way, that way, then got a little bit of space as well. That was magnificent. Found his skipper in Teakle on the right boot. Kicks the ball off the side of the boot, but it's going to end up okay here. Big fly over the back there from Leggett. But Dome kept it in magnificently. Klingon on the left boot. He might be able to ping this one back. He kicks it to the top of the goal square. And a knock away there from Papick and Stantinow. But Dome had his own little pot shot at the goals, but the big man couldn't find a score over the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. So deep in the defensive pocket for Doncaster East, and it'll be Dean Coghill to bring it back in for the Lions.
So Coghill from the back pocket has to fetch his own ball, so we're just waiting on that. And of course there's a pack of players at the next destination, so it'll be contest for the ball at half back for Doncaster East. Tennant plants himself underneath it. He'll be pushed underneath it by Hutchinson, and the umpire saw is it a hold against, and Tennant will claim the free kick at half back. A couple of shorts on, but he'll just go long to the wind. Close to the line he goes. Martin sort of goes the bump, but Stephen again clearly best on ground, and he can take a grab. He's doing everything, and he's saving the day often for Doncaster East. He runs onto his right boot, puts it to Papa Constantine, but coming in from the side was Cook to take a nice mark at half back. Puts it on as long as he can to half forward. Nice grab. Just taking the ride is Klingon. And Klingon is looking for another. Oh, he's been called to play on, has he? No, but Martin's come in to tackle him, so it's 25 metres. Well, Martin had his own whistle in his own head, and there was no play-on situation. So he's been penalised for coming in with the tackle on Klingon, and brings Klingon to the arc, maybe still outside his distance. But this now is dangerous times.
Was a pretty stingy 25, Brash.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be riding real estate off him.
Klingon puts the boot way through the ball just on the right. It's never going to come back. Tennant marks it, if not a point, and Tennant will get the mark.
So the skipper for Doncaster East goes out towards the AOB direction. Big fly from Stephen at the back of the pack, goes after it again. Trickled a ball on. Teagle came in from the side. Brought to ground by Stephen over the boundary line and out of bounds. Right in front of Steve Buckle, Brad Bird and the Doncaster East interchange. Boundary throw in. It was a pretty short boundary throw-in the end, so Padgett had the front spot, got boot to ball. Pavic and Stanton, a little handball. Didn't hit the target, but it might end up okay here. Here's Ceravolo. He'll have to use the left boot. He was put under a fair old bit of pressure, but magnificently done there because Agnew took the mark and he wants to take off. He usually likes to square things up. He's going to go forward. It was a good kick
nice.
Too, where Locke used his body magnificently.
Yeah.
No, he's been pinged for the push in the back. So you can hear bit of frustration coming out of the Doncaster East fans there as Burkett takes it. Gets it into the middle of the ground where Walker took the mark, and then he sends it up to half forward line, and they're got their clean skills where Leggett takes the mark. He's been fantastic today for the Devils. They've turned this around nicely here. Here's Chrome, goes forward. He sets up a goal, top of the goal square. Holmes is all by himself, and he just pops it through. So quick turnaround of football there. That's his second goal of the afternoon, and Wantirna South get the draw first blood in this third quarter. It took 5.5 minutes, 7:10:52 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and back out to a 28-point lead at 3-6-24 Doncaster East.
Same problems again, Doncaster East.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, Dylan Agnew had the ball and had so many options and made James Locke really work for it, and then probably have to give away a free kick, but you just got to look after your forwards, and Wantirna South just make them pay, and I don't really know where the defences were in that point, but all too easy. They've got to be better.
Yeah, Mill went missing there as probably they zoned off. Back in the middle of Tormore Reserve, Stephen kicks it off the ground in congestion. It bounced the ball will favour Batsanis, but he's tackled as soon as he grabs it. So at half forward, half back for Wantirna South,
done.
doing nicely,
that was
getting
very
a
good.
hand pass into open space, gives it to Walker, but he's under a heap of pressure. Maybe a too high, no free kick to the Devils, and it's going to be wrapped up half forward for for Doncaster East, and they're on the scoreboard side, which is the outer side here at Boronia, just in front of Mount Dandenong. Rucks go at it. Deans wins the tap down, but it's been sharked by Doncaster East. They get it inside 50. No mark taken. It's a hot ball at centre forward. Coming in with the late tackle is Lucas.
Well done by Waller there.
Waller
had his head over it.
Yeah, held up nicely in defence, just when you need him to, for a Wantirna South team perspective. Ball up, 45 metres out. Donny East need the next goal. And it's a hot ball. Young put his head over it, nearly got it taken off. It finally, Padgett claims it, kicks it as long as he can, gets the 5 metres out, punch comes in. Burkett, as Limback was underneath it, was a high ball, easy punch through. Burkett concedes the point. It's 52 plays 25. Wantirna South are ahead by 27.
Yeah, good defensive play there.
Does Steve Buckle start throwing the side around a bit just to try and create something? Maybe.
Well, yeah, he has, because Jason Tendler and Connor Lucas are now down forward, so they've taken Tendler out of the back line, which is a risk because he's been one of the better players by foot, but yeah, they're trying to change something, trying to get a bit more activity in the forward line.
Ooh. Harkness short to Teakle. Touched off the boot that time, but they've still got the numbers. Here's Walker. Has a little bit of space and then wants to use the middle of the ground. That is a beautiful kick as well, where Hutchinson takes it. So Teakle to Walker to Hutchinson. We've heard that combination so many times over the years. The kick goes up towards the wing position. Young put his body on the line. It was good play there from Doncaster. His handball comes out to Sousby on the left boot. Goes up towards Pavic and Stanton. Now knocked away from Waller. That was good play. And over the boundary line and out of bounds. The Devils faithful love that spoil.
But that was really good play by Agnew there on a 2-on-1 to win that stoppage, BWS. And
100%.
At least try and set up a forward foray for James Pavic Constanta now.
Once again, the half-back line of Wantirna South really standing strong here. Knocked out White Chrome will be the first player at it, but Gerloff, I should say, and over the boundary line it goes.
They just seem to have numbers around the contest, more numbers, BWS.
98.1 Radio Eastern this afternoon. First semi-final in Division 2. Wantirna South have a very handy lead in this third term. It comes out now. Sousby this way, that way. Handballs back to Batsanis. Needs to hit a target in towards the middle of the ground.
No.
Trying to pull it down with the one arm was Agnew. Got a little toe poke on it as well. Little handball there from Young. Got it to his teammate and then pinged holding the ball. So that was Sarin who didn't get rid of it. So Doncaster East, 2 kicks away from home. It's in the arms of Papik and Stanton now.
Bit of a let-off for Agnew going with the one arm and spilling a mark.
So Papa goes forward. It needs to be a good kick, and it is a good kick. Lucas takes the mark just inside the paint. A player who's been brought into the side, Josh, over recent weeks. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, look, he went overseas for a couple of weeks during the middle part of the year, but came back and was training fantastically. He's played the last 4 games, was an under-19 player last year. A really good kid who's settled in over the last couple of weeks and doesn't look out of place in this senior lineup.
Well, he's on the big stage here. His team is screaming for a goal. So Connor Lucas comes in on the right boot. He's set sail for it. He's pushed it to the right-hand side. Once again, a shot on goal inside forward 50 for Doncaster East. Goes wayward. And another minor score on the board. 26 plays 52. The Devils are double the score of Doncaster East.
Baker has his time to survey his options and he hits up his teammate Klingen at half back. So that was a bit easy from the kick out. Another mark break taken by Leggett. Plays on, not wise because the man on the mark was there to tackle him. And it's finally, the hand pass just evades out of the tackle and it's drifted out of bounds. So
Jack Martin was absolutely furious that he didn't get the free kick there. I think rightly so as well.
Yeah, he rushed himself there. Leggett thought he was off, but he was well claimed. Now at the back of the pack, picked up there nicely by Gerloff. Gets it around the corner.
Take that every day of the week. Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to chiropractic betting. Here's Bress Beston.
Yeah, you did right about Taylor Leggett there. It happened right in front of me. He didn't see the defender coming. He was absolutely never should have been holding the ball, but we play on.
And Serena got it further up the ground. It's now in the pocket for Wantirna South. They're doing more attacking again at ground level. Tennant holding up in defence, but he's been tackled by Serin.
How easy, though, Brash, did they work that ball out of defence in comparison to how Doncaster has struggled all day?
Yeah, I know.
Rucks go at it. Big congestion around the ball. At the back of the pack, Stephen running onto it. He dives on it as slides into it. Badome did well, dispossessed him, and then hand passes it. But that was smothered by the other players emerging onto the contest. And it's a ball up 10 metres from the Devils' goals. If they get the next one, just might break the bank. Back of the Lions, big opportunity. Stephen stands up in the tackle like he normally has, but his quick kick has been marked. Or has it? It's play on call, and Gerloff, who was going to accept the kick at goal, has been told to play on. And because he wasn't aware, it's not holding the ball.
I couldn't see that being touched. I'm not sure what happened there. That should have been a mark to Gerloff.
40 metres out from the Devils' goals. Punch. Here's Walker. Can't get out of the pack. Hand passes back to Gerloff from the pocket. Can he hook it around? No, he misses everything. Matter of fact, on the right side. So it's 52 plays 26. 13 minutes gone in this third term. And Donny East are just soaking up the pressure.
Yeah, well, one player that's really soaking up the pressure and giving it everything for Doncaster East is Michael Stephen at the moment. He is absolutely everywhere trying to lift his side.
So here's Ray Baird's man, Rami Ayubi, kicks it out. Front spot there. That was a nice little knock on there from Deans at the top of the 50. It was kicked forward there by Chrome. It was a scrambling kick. Sarin was there to mop it up, and he kicked straight into the man on the mark. Papa might have copped one high there.
No.
Umpire was blindsided, and
no, I thought he dropped the knee a bit there, BWS.
Good tackle by Sousby then.
And tried to milk the free kick.
Holmes goes up, got the easy knockdown that time, straight into the arms of Stephen, got a little left boot kick away, and straight towards the boundary line. It's going to be pretty, it's going to be stiff to pay deliberate on that one, I was going to say, and the umpire has paid it.
What are you going to do when you've got 3 blokes hanging off you? I mean, he's just trying
and you're only facing one way.
Had he not kicked it, it probably would have got pinged for holding the ball.
But sorry, I can't buy that.
So Taylor Leggett, I tell you what, Taylor should have a ping from here. He's a class act.
You have to put it left post as close as that possible. Just
Left.
shoot that left to right.
I think he's a fair old chance from here. Leggett goes goalward, starts it out wide. Tennant, the skipper, he made sure that went through for a rush behind. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 14 minutes gone now in this third term. Goals are hard to come by from both sides. 7-11-53, Wantirna South, Doncaster East 3-8-26 with Dean Coghill to bring the ball back in.
He did try to use that wind, that breeze, but he just pulled it across the face a little bit and allowed Doncaster East to kill the ball over the line. So 14 and a half minutes gone in this third term. Doncaster East are at the wrong end, but they'll get the ball moving through Tenler. Gets it to half back. Good position by Paget. Nearly got his head taken off in the contest, but he worked at ground level to share it out. And now they're streaming out of half back through Laufer, and the mark taken by Shalakis. It's half forward. He's looking at all options. He's avoided Limback, and that was not the right decision because there was no one home but for Young, who drifted back where Limback started and took the mark at half back. So he goes on the outer side. He's got the ball to his teammate beautifully, and they're off and running. Chrome, who he nearly ran too fast for the hand pass he collected, so he had to share it out, but they've still got time to hit up their next target. Late spoil came in from Ayubi. At ground level, Olms, the big man, playing like a rover, high up and under, but for this time it's been marked by Tenler in defence, so Doncaster East, aren't they under a heap of pressure?
Jeez, he's a good player, Tenler, gets it away to Sousby, the veteran. On the right boot now. Kicks it up towards the wing position. Kick wasn't that crash shot. Created a pretty tough situation there for Shalakis. Had a little bit of support there, and umpire will eventually bounce this one. Papa couldn't release himself from the tackle, so out on the wing position, comes out. Wantirna South scrambling a kick forward. It's basically across that half forward line now. Tenler this way, that way. He wants a few options. If he can get some and he can create a bit of a switch here, that's okay. Here's Dean Coghill on the right boot, up towards the wing position now. Couldn't quite hit the target in McLeod, who's been relatively quiet today, McLeod, and sees it over the boundary line and out.
The idea was right, but just the execution again just hurt Doncaster East.
Try to bring the ball back in. Boundary throw in, 70 metres out from Wantirna South's goal line. Martin at the fall, the ball picked it up and straight down the throat there of Deans. Tried to claim the mark, but had a little bit of time anyway. And then Klingon took the mark inside forward 50. He goes and he spotted up Daniel Chrome. So 45-degree angle, 45 metres out. This will make it extremely difficult for Doncaster East if he can put this one through.
He's very smartly reduced his angle, hasn't he?
I think Klingon's played a really good game. I don't know about you, Brash, but he's been one of the best ball users, I think, for Wantirna South.
He hasn't wasted many disposals at all, Josh.
Comes in now. We're so due for a goal. What can he do here? He set sail and he kept it pretty close. But Big Dave, the goal umpire, slaps one chest and signals one behind.
I reckon his chest would be pretty sore with all the slapping he's been doing today.
Yeah, he's got a red breast, there's no doubt about that. 17 minutes gone here in this third term. 7-12-54 plays 3-8-26.
He'd be a red rooster, would he?
Dean Coghill to bring the ball back in. Don't know why Bruce puts the lollies out in front of us when he just keeps taking them back every time anyway. As it comes out now, Holmes dropped the mark. Comes out now, here's Scantleton's got it away to Sousby. Stevens is in the front spot, dropped what he probably should have taken, but had a little bit of time, got the handball away. Here's Agnew, sold a little bit of candy, gets it back to Stephen, who wants to loop a handball over the top.
Great tackle.
That was okay, got it away, and Ladu Green just didn't have the time in the end, and a strong tackle by Hutchie is rewarded. Sorry, it was Cook, I should say. Squeezes a kick out across the half-back line. They're going to use the middle of the ground. This is what they've been good at all day, Wantirna South. Doncaster East challenge forward, being met by a counter attack from Wantirna South. Here's Lee on the right boot. Keeps it very close to the boundary line. A kick had to be centimetre perfect, and it was to Taylor Leggett.
That's the difference this afternoon, the way both sides have taken the ball out of their back line.
Leggett goes backwards inboard, finds his teammate in Burkett, and they've just got everything in front of them in terms of a zone, so they've got to be you know, just duty of care of keeping the ball in hand here. Wantirna South proppy kick inside 40, and Tanner drifts in as he likes to do, takes the mark at centre half back. The hand passes, now the kick. Crome chops it off at centre half forward, turnover through Harkness, spearing the pass in. Alms couldn't take the mark under a heap of pressure, but picks it up himself. No one tackles him. He gets it up and he just bundles it to the goal square over the top of the dome, and Coghill, steady as you like defender, short pass to Martin. And they've got out of jail again, Donny East. They're almost at breaking point, but for the defence. Martin at full back kicks it as long as possible outside the defensive area. The numbers are with the Devils. They've got time. Shepherd on for Walker. Walker dancing around the boundary line. Hand pass was a bit fierce for Gerloff. He gets his kick to Seren. Good contest he created. Gets it to ground level with Papa. Does the roving. Runs outside the 50. Comes back with the kick. Stephen at ground level picks it up for Doncaster East. Geez, he uses time, and he's normally pretty good. Hand passes out to Martin. Martin on the boundary line, hooks it to half forward. We're under a heap of pressures. Papa Constantinu, does he get the whistle? Advantage called, close to line he goes. He doesn't have the best right foot, smothered by Crome. Crome shares it with his teammate. And Waller's kick, tried to get it out through Burkett. Big pressure at half forward. Donny East did well after the smothered kick on Papa Constantinu. The support came in late for Ceravolo, and he put the pressure on Wantirna South as they were trying to clear half-back line. Rucks go at it. Stephen come with the punch. He's going to do the roving as well, and the tackling. He's doing everything. One-man act, and that's not going to win the day. The numbers win through Gerloff, gets it to all the way to half forward. They're just streaming forward because they've got numbers at every contest.
Well called, Gav. It really looks like a one-man act at the moment in the midfield. Wantirna South had 3 blokes around that stoppage that were just able to force it out. Stephen almost caught one of them holding the ball, but he can't do it by himself. They just need someone to lift here.
Mate, he is working his backside off. I've never seen a guy put in so much effort.
28 points is the margin. It's up across the half-forward line. Here's Ayubi, who copped one in the face. I said no, it's okay.
Another guy that's having a really good game is Dan Coghill on Dan Badome down in the full-back region. He's really shutting down BWS.
Well, it is coming in there first and foremost. I tell you what, Olms is doing a fair old bit of play himself as he takes it out of the contest and slams it into the forward 50. And Taylor Leggett, who's one of the best players on the ground this afternoon, don't you worry about that, takes the mark. And I tell you what, he'll, I reckon he'll put this one through. They've had the last 3 shots on goal. Surely one's going to go through, and that goes straight over the goal up high his head for Taylor Leggett. That's the first goal for him for the afternoon. And Wantirna South, well, they got the goal that both sides have been screaming for the last 15 minutes. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's Wantirna South 8 goals, 12-60, leading Doncaster East by 34 points, 3-8-26. Well, this margin's getting out to a dangerous stage. Very dangerous, BWS, and well called, because Alms was fantastic in that stoppage. And you mentioned it before, Brash, he's so mobile for a big guy, and the ability to get the ball into his boot, and I guess just funny how it worked out, just landed in Taylor Leggett's lap and put the goal away. Just going to be really hard to see Doncaster East making any way back into this game now. I think that's one thing that Mark Padgett's going to have to work on moving forward. He's going to have to move on it and try and get some possessions. Well, Padgett is forward, but they need to get the ball out of the middle. The knockdown by Stevens that time, but Teagle's the one there to mop up the spills. This way, that way, got around. Oh, he sold a bit of candy on Sowersby up towards the half-forward line. The kick goes where Olms takes a mark, got a handball away. Running Walker is brought down by Batsanis. That's a good tackle. Holding the ball is the decision as they were streaming towards goal. So, right on there by Batsanis. Across the half-back line, kicks it up towards the wing position. They need to really just roll the dice. Stevens was held without it, but he took the mark anyway, so we'll pay him the mark. A1 Airport mark, a mark of the day. Don't worry about that. Got it away. Here's Agnew. Arched the back a little bit, then a short pass was on, looking for Ling back. He was in front, but the kick couldn't hit him. Too short. And over the boundary line it goes, right in front of the James Bogue tent, and underneath the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, deep in the forward pocket here for Doncaster East. I tell you what, if they ever needed a goal, it is now. By to bring the ball back in, Gleeson will go up against Stephen. 23 and a half minutes gone. Stephen almost playing for a free kick out of that. Tika was just there to go. Thanks for the gift. Gave it away to Walker. They've worked well in tandem this afternoon. Kick up outside the defensive arc worked out well. Here's Olms, who was eventually happy to see it trickle over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Yeah, he's been good, Olms.
He's clearly the best big man on the ground at the moment. Just with his agility, he's just killing them.
Three-quarter time out at the Ringwood and Heathmont game, and it is Ringwood leading this game by 16 points.
Would you believe it? Stephen takes it out of the ruck, but again, he's doing the tackling. He's the only one for the Lions that's putting the pressure on, and Wantirna South, they're stopped in their tracks this time with Scott over the ball.
At the moment, they need another 17. Mika Stevens out there at the moment.
Scott front position, but he was out tapped there, so it's on the outer wing of Tormore Reserve, and it's a heap of pack. They look a bit tired, both sides at the moment. Just slowed down this game for a sec. And it's been, there's a push off the ball, and it's going to go to Wantirna South. Very soft.
How often does it happen? The retaliator always gets penalised, and the players never learn.
Teakle grabs it, puts it to centre forward, where Olms nearly stretches, takes the mark, but he drops it under a heap of pressure. Ground level, can't run around him. Is Papa and the boundary line. He's been pushed over with the ball. So he's 50 metres around from Wantirna South's goal. They have a 34-point lead at the 25-minute mark. And they've really worked it just through momentum and energy to get the score on the board. Olms gets good position, punches it forward. Doesn't suit his team yet as Tendler falls over the ball, although this time it's Scantleton. And he's been held up. There's a blood rule now, gives us time to reflect on the game so far, because we might have a half a minute. Is there a chance for Doncaster East to get back in this game, boys?
I think Steve Buckle's going to have to make some more changes to try and get some more plays in the game. The ball delivery into Lindback's not doing any good. Put him up at centre half forward. Do something. Leave Mika Steve in the ruck. Put Tendler in the midfield, and maybe get Agnew in the middle as well. You've got to try something. You've got to get some run and hardness through that midfield if you're going to get back in the game.
So Tennant replaced by Mill.
I just can't hit the targets inside forward 50. I can't see them getting back in, Gab.
Rucks go at it. Walker sharks the tap. Ham passes it out of the tackle. Going to try to get out of his own tackles, McLeod. Lucas is there over the ball under a heap of pressure, of course. Stephen can't do much with that pack around him. He kicks it towards the boundary line. Will he be pinged? He's been done before, but this time there was enough pressure on him to suggest that it wasn't a deliberate out of the bounds like the Devils were appealing for. 26 minutes gone. Wantirna South lead by 34 points going into what will be the three-quarter time siren soon. But here they emerge from the pack. The Papa gets tackled to the ground nicely there by Steve. Was it Stephen again?
Yep.
Why do I even second guess calling him?
Well, I reckon he's had close to 20 possessions of some description in this quarter, Mika Stephen.
So Papa thought he was good to get out of the pack, but no. Held up again. Rucks go at it. Martin secondary punch. Gets it to a teammate who just rushes a kick, and thankfully it falls into the hands of Locke on the outer wing. So Locke will share it to his teammate in Sowersby. And they'll wind up to centre forward. Who's home? Padgett, 1 out versus 2. Comes in the high. Stephen gets a hand pass to Batzanis. Can he elude the Teakle tackle? Spears the pass towards Limback. He can't. He looks so sore. He was reaching beneath his knees and he let it go through his legs, and it's out of bounds in the pocket.
I think, to be fair, he's just been absolutely peppered with the inside 50 entries. You can't kick it to his feet. It's not where he's going to be strong.
Does he always run that funny, though? He looks like he's walking on eggshells.
Yeah,
does he?
That's the gait that is very
like
natural.
He's tiptoeing with socks on only. But anyway, ball up inside the pocket in front of the scoreboard that reads 60 plays 26, and here's Walker getting out of defence. Picks it up from the stoppage, just has time to steady, and he puts it to Olm, who takes it on the chest. Got a 2-metre advantage, and it's too easy as they get out of defence. Olm's wind up.
Bang.
So 50-metre kick from Olms up towards the half-forward line. Papa on the right boot. He kicks it inside forward 50, looking for Badome, who nearly got dispossessed. Umpire said it was play on. Working well with Scott. Top of the goal square. Couldn't quite trap it at the last moment. Well, Luke McLeod came in and lended his support with Jack Martin.
What do you reckon of that one, BWS? Badome was tackled as he's trying to mark it almost.
It was a hot footy. It was intense football as it went deep, as it's still at the top of the goal square. Fresh air shot right by Bedome. It looked like one of my golf swings. As the umpire will come back in and bounce it 10 metres out from goal.
When do you play golf, BWS?
A couple of times a year, Brash. As long as I get a par, I'm happy. Umpire throws it up now. Arm straight down into the throat there of Hutchinson.
Oh.
That is the goal. And hey, don't you worry about that. Magnificent. How can you get boot to ball in that instant? 2 goals to Hutchinson. And he's the chiropractic betting goal at a contender. And Wantirna South, well, you can almost put down the victory to them as we head into the 29th minute of this third term.
Hutchinson strolled through about a minute ago into the goal square and almost kicked a goal just in that secondary bounce beforehand. So surely you man up a guy like that at the stoppage in the square. He's once again found the space and just very smart football. That's what Wantirna South have displayed today. Some really smart heads. You mentioned Walker before. He's been fantastic. Papa as well. Just really experienced players.
Back in the middle we go. And there is the siren for three-quarter time. It's happy reading for the Devils. Wantirna South, 9-12-66. A 40-point lead over Doncaster East in this first semi-final. Doncaster East of 3-8-26. It's three-quarter time in this first semi-final, for winner going on to the preliminary final versus Mooroolbark.
Going to have to be the biggest comebacks of all time if Doncaster East can get over the top of Wantirna South this afternoon. Major goal kickers on the ground. Brad Hutchinson with that pearler there just before three-quarter time. He has 2, as does Brad Elms, who's had some sort of a game too, the big man. The rest are single goal kickers. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe, efl.org.au. We'll go back and have some messages in our Radio Eastern studios, then we'll come back, see what the coaches have to say at three-quarter time, and then we'll call the big final quarter out here in the first semi-final.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
Hope we win this weekend.